All right, ready to unleash your inner dog whisperer.
Let's do it.
In this deep dive, we're getting you prepped for a dog trainer interview.
Yeah.
We'll focus on tackling those tricky questions and showcasing your passion for our furry friends.
Awesome.
We've got some fantastic resources from RoleCatcher for this,
Yeah, really good stuff.
including a career guide,
Yes.
a complete interview guide, and even info on their AI tools.
Cool.
So let's jump right in.
Okay.
That career guide is packed with insights about the profession, and one thing that really jumps out is the projected growth.
Oh, yeah.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics predicts a 16% jump by 2028.
Wow.
That's way faster than average.
That is.
Talk about a booming field.
It's a really exciting time to be getting into dog training.
Right.
Yeah, and the guide highlights all the opportunities that come with this growth.
Okay, like what?
Well, we're talking more diverse jobs, specialized niches you can really explore, and the potential to, earn more as you gain experience.
That's encouraging.
Yeah, for sure.
And speaking of niches, the guide mentions some really interesting specializations. It's not just basic obedience anymore. You could work with assistance dogs, dive into behavior modification, or even train dogs for competitions.
It really does cater to a wide range of interests.
For sure.
Like if you're into the psychology of dog behavior,
Okay.
you could specialize in behavioral issues.
Yeah.
Maybe even go for that CDBC certification, certified dog behavior consultant,
So you're not just a dog trainer, you're a dog behavior expert.
Exactly.
Now let's get to the heart of it, the interview.
Yeah.
The RoleCatcher interview guide you gave us has 10 sample questions. Pretty common in dog trainer interviews.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
We're going to break down each one, figure out how to craft winning answers.
Awesome.
And here's a cool thing. RoleCatcher's AI can actually analyze job descriptions
Oh, wow.
and pinpoint skills or experiences to emphasize in your answers.
That's so helpful.
So it helps tailor responses for each job.
Exactly. To make sure your answers resonate with what they're looking for.
All right, first question. How did you become interested in dog training?
Okay.
Seems straightforward, but I bet there's a strategic way to go about this.
Oh, for sure. This is your chance to tell your story, let your passion shine through. Think about a specific moment or experience that really got you into dog training.
So instead of the generic, I've always loved dogs,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
which, let's face it, everyone probably says.
Right.
You could talk about a specific event, something that made you realize this was more than a hobby.
Exactly. Like maybe you rescued a dog with behavioral issues.
Okay.
And the whole process of rehabilitating them, like, sparked your interest in dog psychology and learning theory.
That's a great example. It shows you're not just in it for the cuddles, you're genuinely interested in the science behind it. And what's cool is that RoleCatcher's AI can tailor your story to the specific job. So applying for a position that focuses on behavior modification, their AI might be like, hey, highlight that rescue experience.
Totally. Connecting the dots between your experiences and what the employer needs.
Okay, let's move on to a more challenging question.
Okay, shoot.
How do you handle a dog that is aggressive towards people or other animals?
This one feels like a test.
Definitely is. They want to see how you handle pressure, how you prioritize safety, and what techniques you use to manage aggression, humane and effective techniques.
So no language suggesting force or punishment.
No, absolutely not.
Instead, highlight experience with behavior modification and positive reinforcement methods.
Right. You could even mention specific techniques like counter-conditioning or desensitization.
Can you explain those a bit for those who might not be familiar? Sure. Counter-conditioning basically means changing a dog's emotional response to something that triggers them, like fear or aggression, by associating it with something positive. And then desensitization is exposing them to the trigger gradually at a level they can handle, so they build tolerance over time.
That's a great explanation. Shows you really know what you're talking about. And here's where RoleCatcher's AI can shine again. If the job description mentions experience with reactive dogs, the AI might recommend dive deeper into those techniques in your answer.
Love that. Tailoring the response to show your expertise.
How do you ensure that your training methods are effective and humane?
Okay.
This one feels like it's about your core values as a trainer.
It absolutely is. They're checking if your practices align with ethical standards and if you're truly committed to the well-being of the dog.
So positive reinforcement methods are key here.
Absolutely. Reward good behavior. Avoid anything that causes pain or fear. You could even mention specific resources that have shaped your philosophy, like books by experts or organizations that promote humane training.
That shows you're constantly learning and evolving. And again, RoleCatcher's AI can help tailor this. If the job description emphasizes a particular methodology, their AI might suggest weaving that into your answer.
Awesome. Aligning your message with their values makes you a stronger candidate.
How do you tailor your training approach to meet the individual needs of each dog?
Okay.
This one seems to test your observation skills and adaptability.
It does. Every dog's unique, like people, they've got different personalities, learning styles, motivations. So it's about recognizing those differences and adapting your approach.
So no one-size-fits-all approach.
Nope. You need to show you can assess a dog's behavior, energy, learning style, and then create a plan that works for them.
And understanding canine body language is crucial here, right?
Absolutely. Reading those subtle cues, understanding stress signals, and adjusting your approach accordingly.
Like if a dog seems anxious or scared.
You might slow down, introduce things gradually, maybe even take a break. It's about being sensitive and creating a positive environment.
Makes sense. And RoleCatcher's AI can help here too, right?
Oh, yeah. It can find skills or experiences from your background that are relevant.
Like if you've worked with shy dogs before.
Exactly. And the AI might suggest, hey, mention that. It's all about connecting the dots.
Awesome. So you're not just a dog trainer, you're a dog advocate.
Exactly. Creating positive learning experiences for every dog.
All right. Shifting to the human side of things now.
Okay.
How do you work with clients to ensure they are able to maintain the training you have provided? This one feels like it's about communication and people skills.
It is. Training the dog is one thing, but then empowering the owner to keep up that training.
That's the real challenge.
Totally. It's more than teaching commands. It's about educating the owner, giving clear instructions, demonstrating techniques, and being there for support.
So building a strong relationship, clear communication, realistic expectations.
Exactly. It's about empowering them to become their dog's advocate, recognizing their dog's needs, and reinforcing those behaviors in everyday life.
And again, RoleCatcher's AI can highlight experiences that show you can work with clients.
Yeah, like if you've led group classes or done in-home consultations.
The AI might suggest working those into your answer.
Exactly. Showcasing your skills.
Okay, this one dives into problem solving. How do you handle a dog that is not responding to your training methods?
Yeah. They want to see you stay calm, objective, focused on solutions when things get tough.
So no getting frustrated or blaming the dog?
Nope. You need to step back, reassess, consider different approaches. Maybe the dog needs a different kind of motivation, change of environment, even a break from training.
It's about recognizing there's no one-size-fits-all. And RoleCatcher's AI could come in handy here, right? If the job description mentions specific behavioral issues, like fear or reactivity, the AI might suggest, hey, highlight your experience in dealing with those.
It's all about showcasing your ability to handle those tougher situations.
All right, last question in this section. How do you ensure that your training is aligned with the client's goals and expectations?
Okay.
This feels like a mix of everything we've discussed. Understanding the dog, using humane methods, communicating effectively.
It is. It's about listening to the client, understanding their vision for their dog, and creating a training plan that actually matches their goals.
More than just applying expertise, it's about collaboration.
Definitely. The guide suggests talking about how you gather information from the client, asking the right questions, and setting realistic expectations.
So being transparent about your methods, explaining your approach.
Yes. And checking in with the client regularly, getting feedback, adjusting the plan as needed. It's an ongoing process.
Well, it sounds like it.
And RoleCatcher's AI can actually find examples from your past that show you can work collaboratively. Like if you've worked with clients who had very specific goals, their AI might suggest mentioning those.
It's all about showcasing your ability to train dogs and build those strong relationships with the humans.
Right. Creating a positive environment for everyone involved.
Now, before we move on, remember, be yourself in the interview.
Oh, so important. Let your passion shine. Be genuine. They're looking for someone knowledgeable, skilled, and a good fit for their team.
And use those AI tools from RoleCatcher to your advantage.
They can really make a difference.
They can help you tailor your answers, practice your delivery, and gain that confidence to ace the interview.
And land that dream job.
In the amazing world of dog training.
It's so rewarding. Okay, so we've tackled some of those common questions. The ones that really dig into your experience and approach.
Yeah.
But now, Let's look at some questions that are more about you as a professional.
Okay, interesting. I'm curious to see where this goes.
They might seem simpler on the surface, but trust me, there are still chances to stand out.
I bet. I've definitely been tripped up by seemingly basic interview questions before.
Oh, for sure. Like, they might ask about your strengths and weaknesses as a dog trainer.
The classic strengths and weaknesses. It can be tricky.
It is. You want to be honest, acknowledge areas for growth.
Right.
But you also don't want to downplay your skills.
It's a balancing act.
Uh-huh.
So what's the key here?
I'd say choose strengths that are genuinely relevant to the job and then back them up with examples. And when you're talking about weaknesses, frame them as areas where you're actively trying to improve.
So instead of, I'm not good with large, energetic dogs, you could say?
You could say, I'm working on handling dogs with high energy levels, and I recently took a workshop on advanced leash techniques.
That's much better. It shows you're self-aware and dedicated to improvement.
Exactly. And guess what? RoleCatcher's AI can analyze job descriptions and suggest strengths and weaknesses that fit each role.
No way. That's amazing. So it could point out the need for patience or attention to detail if the job description mentions those.
Yep. Or if they want someone with experience in specific training tools and you're lacking there, the AI might say, frame that as something you're learning.
It's like having a personalized guide for every application.
It really is. Okay, strengths and weaknesses done. What else might come up?
I'm all ears.
Why should we hire you? You might get that one. It can feel a little intimidating.
Yeah, putting yourself out there like that.
But it's a great chance to sell yourself, really sum up why you're the perfect fit.
Your elevator pitch.
Yeah.
Highlighting all the key things.
Exactly. This is where you bring everything together. Passion for dogs, skills, experience, your commitment to learning, and how all that aligns with the employer's goals.
And RoleCatcher's AI can help here too, right?
Absolutely. It can pick out the most relevant things to emphasize based on the job description.
So you're not just throwing out random qualities, you're strategically targeting what they're looking for.
Exactly. Okay, another one that can be tricky. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh yeah, that way. Not always sure how to answer that, honestly.
It's not about revealing your deepest dreams. It's about showing you're ambitious, you got goals, and those goals align with the company's vision.
So less about, I want to open my own facility, and more.
More like, I'm excited to grow within your organization, maybe take on leadership roles as I gain experience.
Ah, okay, so showing you're committed to their success too.
Exactly. And here's something interesting. RoleCatcher's AI can look at career paths within the company and suggest goals that fit.
Whoa, so it might suggest mentioning their mentorship program if they have one.
Yep, or a clear path for advancement within their training department. It's about showing you've done your research and are genuinely interested in growing with them.
Now, this next one is sometimes overlooked. Do you have any questions for us?
Right. People forget it's not just a formality. It's your chance to show you're engaged and really interested.
So no saying nope, you covered it all. That makes you seem, well,
Not interested. You want to ask thoughtful questions. Things that show you've done your homework and you're curious.
like what? Give me some examples.
You could ask about their training philosophy, how they handle client communication, or even their plans for the future, like growth and expansion.
Ah, so it's about finding the right fit, not just any job.
Exactly. And guess what? RoleCatcher's AI can even suggest questions based on the company and job description.
That's incredible. Like it gives you insider knowledge.
It does. Okay, so we've covered a lot of professional you questions.
That's been really helpful, honestly.
Glad to hear it. And remember, be yourself. Let that passion for dogs shine through.
Absolutely. Be genuine. They were looking for someone who's not just knowledgeable, but also a good fit for their team.
Exactly.
And don't forget those AI tools from RoleCatcher.
Seriously, they're game changers.
Okay, let's shift gears for a bit and revisit that RoleCatcher Career Guide. I want to highlight some key insights for aspiring trainers.
Yeah, great idea. That guide is packed with useful stuff.
One thing that really stood out was the emphasis on continuous learning.
Oh, yeah, super important in this field.
Right. Dog training is always evolving, new research, new techniques.
You got to stay curious, keep learning, challenge yourself, to provide the best care for those dogs.
And stay ahead of the game.
Exactly. And the guide also talks about networking, building relationships in the community.
Ah, yeah. Conferences, workshops, seminars.
All of that. Great way to connect with other trainers, learn from experts, stay updated.
And finding a mentor, someone experienced who can guide you.
Oh, that's invaluable, especially when you're starting out.
The guide also had some practical advice on gaining experience. even for beginners.
Oh, like what?
Volunteering at shelters, assisting trainers, shadowing professionals.
Great ways to build skills, get that hands-on experience, and find your own approach.
Then as you gain experience, it's about finding your niche.
That's where the guide's exploration of all those different areas comes in.
Exactly. Behavior modification, competition training, service dogs. Find what you're passionate about.
What about the business side of things? The guide talks about that too, right?
It does. If you're thinking of starting your own business,
Yeah.
you'll need to know about marketing, client communication, finances, even legal stuff.
It's about being both a dog trainer and an entrepreneur.
Exactly.
So we've covered those professional you questions, how to answer them effectively, and the amazing AI tools from RoleCatcher.
And revisited the career guide for some valuable insights on building a successful career.
It's been a great journey so far.
Now, in the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore how RoleCatcher's AI can be that secret weapon to land your dream job.
We'll dive deeper into the CV and cover letter analysis, the mock interview practice, and how it can help you identify and address those missing skills.
Get ready to unlock the full potential of AI and take your dog training career to the next level.
Okay, so we've talked about the knowledge, the skills, the essentials to really impress in a dog trainer interview. Yeah, we've laid the groundwork.
Now, it's time to unveil the secret weapon.
Ooh, I like secrets.
RoleCatcher's AI-powered tools.
Yes.
We've mentioned them throughout this deep dive, but let's really break down how they can make you a standout candidate.
Okay, let's do it.
So you've talked about their CV and cover letter analysis, the mock interview practice.
Yeah, all incredibly valuable.
But one feature that really blew me away was their ability to analyze job descriptions.
Oh, yeah.
And pinpoint skills that might be missing from your CV.
It's such a game changer, honestly. It takes all the guesswork out of it.
Right. It's not just proofreading. It's about highlighting what's most relevant.
Exactly. Imagine you're applying to a shelter. They specialize in rehabilitating fearful dogs.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI can look at that job description and say, hey, they really need someone with experience in gentle handling, behavior modification for anxiety, maybe even volunteer work at a shelter. And if your CV focuses mostly on basic obedience, the AI will flag that gap.
Wow, it's like having a personal career coach who knows exactly what employers are looking for.
It is. It helps you tailor your CV to match their needs perfectly.
Incredible. And once you've nailed the CV, RoleCatcher's AI can help with the cover letter too, right?
Absolutely. It's not just about summarizing your CV. You're telling a story, showcasing how you understand their mission and how your experience fits.
So you're creating a cohesive package that really grabs their attention.
Exactly. Shows you're genuinely interested and qualified.
Okay, but the AI magic doesn't stop there.
Yeah.
Tell me about that interview practice feature.
Okay, this is where things get really exciting.
I'm ready.
RoleCatcher's AI interview practice tool lets you record your answers to common interview questions.
Okay.
Then get feedback on everything. Your delivery, your content, your overall performance.
So it's like a mock interview with an expert who analyzes every little detail.
It is. It analyzes body language, tone of voice, even how clearly you're explaining things. It can point out nervous habits, suggest ways to improve your pacing, help you project confidence.
That's amazing. It would be so helpful for anyone who gets nervous before interviews.
Definitely. Or anyone who just wants to make sure they're presenting their best self. It's a game changer for landing that dream job.
This entire deep dive has been so insightful. We've learned so much from the RoleCatcher Career Guide, figured out how to tackle those tough interview questions, and discovered the incredible power of their AI tools.
It's been fantastic exploring all of this with you. Remember, this isn't just about finding any job. It's about following your passion for working with dogs.
Absolutely. Let that passion shine through in everything you do, from your application to the interview, and especially when you're working with those amazing dogs.
That's what it's all about.
And here's a final thought for everyone listening. We know every dog is unique, but so is every training environment. Think about the challenges and opportunities that might come with working at a busy city shelter versus a rural training facility.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, how would you adapt your approach for those different settings?
It's something to consider as you continue your journey. Well, on that note, thank you for joining us on the Deep Dive today.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you feel empowered and ready to conquer that dog trainer interview. The world needs passionate and skilled dog trainers just like you.
Don't forget to check out RoleCatcher's amazing AI tools. And let us know what resonated with you from this episode.
Until next time, happy training.